So the book I'm reading right now by Seth Godin, or Godin, is Linchpin. Are you indispensable? That's for the universe to decide. Excuse me. And I'm going to make an offering to the universe. I have a little Om change purse. It isn't much, but it's the gesture that counts. There was somebody who came up and talked to me, and they put their beverage container in the garbage when the recycling is right over there. So that's when there's some kind of incoherence sometimes in interactions. It's like, oh, friendly person, hello, hey, ho there, how's it going? And you just put your thing in the garbage, and there's a recycling container 10 feet over to the other side. And then, of course, that person likely always throws it in the garbage. Blah, 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 whatever. Who am I to say yeah, that's what I've been dealing with this week, is how awful I have been, I could be, I will be. It's part of the thing, is sometimes I feel unworthy of being alive. We all do, sometimes. But when I don't feel that, I'm fine. So it seems like it's my biorhythm. I'm either completely fine creating and all that, or not fine at all, can't even function. And we all have that to a certain degree, and we escape it with different things, like food or alcohol. I escaped some of it with Seroquel. I'm not sure how much I want to talk about more today. I'm gonna go get some gasoline for my car because it's a Sunday and it's quieter on the streets, so that'll be easier. And then if I do decide to go to work on Tuesday, I can. And if I do go to work on Tuesday, that means that I'll have missed a week of life, which is the least ever. So it seems I'm getting better at this process. But not better in a way, because when it's over, I tend to go on creating and not acknowledge that stuff. And I don't know if that's the right way. And the thing is that with the mental illness paradigm, well, the meds kick in, and then it's easy to not acknowledge that. Not easy, but people aren't offered counseling, which I'm seeing is important. Well, obviously it's important, but it's just not offered. And that's the other thing I wanted to talk about was this morning, since I felt kind of good when I woke up. I felt calm, felt cozy in my body. I decided not to take any micronutrients or niacin, so I edited out the amino acids, and I took the lipospheric vitamin C, and I had waffles for breakfast, and then at around 11 I took the niacin and waited an hour to see if I would feel any kind of body pain or so-called anxiety, and nothing. And then I took the micronutrients at noon and did the same thing, waited an hour, and I did feel some energy changes in my body. And it wasn't as bad a pain, or it wasn't really pain, it was just energy moving, kind of mentally. So I could say, oh, well, the micronutrients are causing anxiety, or I could say they're causing energy to move. The micronutrients could be giving the nutrition to be able to process some of this stuff and see it and be with it, as opposed to blanking it out, in which case it's going to bubble up at some point when the body becomes so toxic, and then one doesn't have the resources internally to deal with it, so it moves to external chaos and people shuffling other people around through the system and talking to people about stuff, and then trying different ways to numb it out. So yeah, I saw that the micronutrients do bring some of it on. I'm wondering, since I had a test for pyrrole disorder, if the copper in it is bothering me, because I'm not supposed to have as much copper with pyrrole disorder, and the micronutrient is a broad spectrum, and it doesn't take individuality into account as much. That's one of the critiques of it, I think. But it's helping me broadly get through this, it seems. So we'll see what happens with that. And yeah, so I'm going to keep a closer eye on that today. I'm going to take some more niacin. Maybe it's good to take those two things further apart. I might also try taking 2 micronutrients at a time every however hours, and take up to 12 a day. It could have been not so good that I was taking 16 a day for quite a while. But at the same time, it was time for it to happen. So again, there's some correlation to things, but there's no real cause, and trying to figure out causes, isn't it? But it's more like one's inner state correlates with what one is doing on the outer. So I was feeling really energetic, so I was taking more energy nutrients. Not that it necessarily caused that, but, or the nutrients caused it, but that state caused me to take more of that. So, yeah. People. There's a tiny little bug fly that is quite detailed. Maybe if it's still there, I'll try and get it on my macro lens. That's the thing. When out in nature, there's different epi-gestures of capturing the beauty of nature. Why can't I see and be beauty around those who supposedly know me? Do they know me? I don't even know myself. I could say they don't understand me. I don't even understand myself. So where's the humility and the compassion? And they show mercy and compassion. And It is fall. Time for the fall. And I have learned too that it's imperative that I design a life where I'm more mobile and free and with the sun. This is ridiculous. I'm sensitive to cold and smells, and my brain is so sensitive. Sensitive to noise. It's so challenging. So yeah, if this escalates or something, I don't know if I'll try a different approach, if I'll try to numb it out more or what. But I do feel this process eventually has to stop. If I had a nice respite to rest and really process this stuff, that would be great, but it's not really practical right now. But at least I can drive because I'm not totally numbing myself out. And yeah, even just less than 24 hours ago, I wasn't sure if I was going to make it. But I think the worst of it's over, even though I did make a video saying I think the worst of it's over and more of it comes up. So I'm hoping that it stops. That's the part I'm wondering, if it will stop, even though I didn't do the whole numb myself out for 3 days on quite substantially more Seroquel, which I've done in the past in January and in March and in the psych wards times before that. This is the first time that I've used very, very minimal antipsychotics, and I haven't really talked about how this could be seen as a failure. I don't think it is. I've been so tempted to call my psychiatrist, and that is an option. Call the psychiatrist, go to a short stay facility, get put back on the meds, be back in that paradigm. The other option is going to somewhere peaceful. There's options. And sometimes as soon as my brain sees a possibility like that, it invokes or evokes the mercy. Like, okay, I can get through this. And it's my doing. And who is me and my? I really don't know. I'm more lost than ever. And I need to surrender to that.